don't know. It is no. Yeah. They mentioned I'm having to all get groundwater.
All right, good evening, everybody. It's 6 o'clock. I'd like to call the December 18th, 2025 Greensboro Town Council meeting to order. Before we begin tonight, I've been asked to make a reminder to everybody to please refrain from talking, side conversations, and such. It makes it difficult for those of the people in here to hear what's going on. So we ask that you remember that this is all being recorded as part of the public record, and it's essential that the council, staff, and the public can hear and can hear it clearly. Thank you. I don't see Pastor Bonnie here tonight, so would you please rise and join me with the pledge of allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right, so if everybody's had the opportunity to review the agenda, is there any addition or corrections? Hearing none, then I'll look for a motion to approve the agenda as it's presented.
I make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
And a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, okay. And also, I'd like for you to review the minutes from the meeting on November the 20th. Or is there any discussion, additional corrections to those minutes? Hearing none, I'll look for a motion to approve those minutes.
I make a motion to approve the amended 25 minutes.
And a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you. Presentation and public hearings. The first one on your agenda tonight was supposed to be the Greensboro Historical Society, but they came in today and talked to our town manager, and they don't need to be here tonight. They said they have to be taken off of the agenda, so we will pass from that. Next up then will be the president of the Greensboro Fire Department, Chuck Totoro. Chuck?
You want to come in?
Yep. I'm talking to the mic if you could, Chuck.
Alright, so those that don't know me, or have never met me before, I'm Chuck Totoro. I'm the president and captain of Greensboro. I was asked to just come kind of give you guys a update of our goals this year. I decided it'd be a good idea to be president again, so here I am. So I just want to express, so people don't know, I've heard some rumblings recently about people moving over here and stuff. We are 100% volunteer, meaning we get up at 2 in the morning and go on calls, or we clean the truck and stuff at 100% free on our time. And to kind of push the aspect of funding toward it is, I just want to give everybody kind of an update on how stuff has transpired. Just one set of turnout gear from helmets to boots is roughly $8,000. A new fire engine, if we should replace ours, which hopefully we don't have to anytime soon, is about $1.5 million now. And that's, you build it now, you might not get it for 3 years. So that's the biggest problem that we face. A couple of the goals we're working on right now is a new fire station that will go out by where the carnival grounds are. We have a rough estimate of how much it would be, kind of going back and forth with the contractor and the blueprints and stuff. Attempting right now to get new rescue equipment for the squad we have. A lot of our equipment's just outdated, and it's not keeping up with the new technology of automotive, engineering. My big push this year is, and I've actually made a committee for it, is to kind of get in touch with the community more, with a better relationship. I have a community outreach committee that I've made. We actually acquired, we kind of made a deal with the health department, we let them use the hall for free in exchange for free car seats. So if you know anybody that needs a car seat for various reasons, whether it be income or theirs is out of date, you can contact me directly and I'll get you in touch with the person to give it to you. Of course, we're going to recruit new members. I'm the youngest officer there, and I'm 32, so that says a lot. Right. We're going to do our annual fund drive like we always do. It's a big help to our funding. And then we started a 50-50 raffle a couple months ago that's throughout the state. As long as you purchase tickets under our link that we share off our Facebook, we get 35% of the proceeds. So it is legitimate. A lot of people have questions about it, but it is legitimate. If anybody has any questions, you can contact me on Facebook. I'll give you my number. They don't really like it up there, but I have an open door policy. I try to be as transparent as possible, and if I don't have an answer for you, I'll try to get you one as soon as I can. That's about it.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Chuck.
Yeah.
Next we have public comment. I don't have the sheet here. Kathy Spencer, first up.
I just come here tonight because I just want to thank all the town staff for the help of the winter clothes drive. Without your support and help, it would not have been the success that it was. We had 159 families come through the door, totaling of helping 705 people. I feel that events like this are very important to the community, and I hope that with the town's support, we can do it again next year. The leftover clothes have been organized and are stored in the back room here at the town hall. They are available to the community if anyone has an emergency, such as fire or homelessness. So if someone knows of someone that is burnt out and they need clothes, or someone's homeless, please contact me or the police department about seeing that they get the proper clothes. I have to tell a little story about the day of the drive. It was about 8:30 in the morning. We were setting up. We had the side door open. Little lady pops her head in the door, and she says, "Can I help?" "Sure, come on in." She explained that she had only lived in the community for 4 months, and she just wanted to help out somehow. She stayed all day, even helping us clean up until 7:30 at night. She was also bilingual, which was a big asset to us. People like this, I think, bring the events like this more successful and more enjoyable. It's a shame that we don't have more people like that in the community who just show up. And so once again, I just want to thank everybody that supported us, all the public works, the police department, the council, the town staff, anybody who had a part in it. The volunteers were great, and everyone who donated either coats, winter coats, clothing, or money. I think it was a great success. Didn't know if anyone had any questions or concerns or problems with it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Terry.
Hi guys. I just would like to bring something to the attention. I don't think the town's aware of it, but I noticed something recently on social media, and I know social media is a double-edged sword. But I feel that recently we got a lot of resident against resident using the tool of our town's citation document. I think the citation document that we have, as far as I see it so far, I think it's fair, right? What we have, seems so. There's a couple things I think that you can't put in a box. I think that there's some things that maybe some people have going on that maybe it needs a little bit of grace or discussion with the town or something like that. But I do know of a situation that happened just this week, and I am concerned because I feel that a person is using something as a retaliatory means under the guise of the town's document. So it looks like you're the bad guys. You're the ones that's, causing them havoc. And it's not really that way. And so our residents don't need to be against each other. I don't know why it's like that. We got to give each other some grace. There's some times we can have a discussion or do something. If it's not affecting you, if it's not on your property or something like that, I mean, yeah, we got the obvious things. But other things, I think we're getting into a dangerous area on some of these. I'm just concerned, that's all. Thanks.
Thank you, Terry. You would hope that, neighbors can get along with one another, and that if you have a problem with somebody, walk over and knock on the door first and ask them to take care of it, instead of calling the town and make us be the bad guy.
Exactly.
And we end up getting the black eye, and that's unfortunate. I don't disagree with you. Chris, welcome back. You're not on the list?
No,
Left everything in Alaska?
left everything in Alaska.
As long as you left that cold air up there. All right, anybody forgot to sign in and would like to speak? All right, thank you. Department reports. Ms. Cindy?
I think I could probably talk loud enough, hopefully. For the police department, the red speed enforcement camera issued 266 speeding violations during the month of November. They have active investigations. They're still working on 26. They've applied for the state aid police protection grant. That's still being reviewed. All Lexipol policies are up to date and have been acknowledged in all by police employees. On November the 13th, a driver employed by Delmarva Custom Applications executed a prohibited right turn from South Main Street onto East Sunset Avenue while towing a fifth-wheel trailer. During the turn, the vehicle struck the curb and subsequently collided with a yellow sidewalk pole. The driver continued navigating the turn, striking the building, causing additional damage. The vehicle did not stop at the scene following the collision. After reviewing available surveillance footage, officers were able to identify and locate the driver, who was then issued citations for the violations. We also invoiced the company for the damages. The speed camera violations can be saw on town hall streams, as well as the Greensboro Police Department's statistical reporting. For Public Works, they did regular maintenance, still working on getting the meter number and MTU number to verify accuracy and get inventory updated. This has been a long process because we've had some issues with USG, which is our meter company, in trying to identify some of the issues that we've got with reading the meters. Brush pickup, 2 loads. Leaf pickup last month. We're able to get 1 full trailer load. Hooked up new meters in Kinnaman Meadows. Fixed water leaks on West Sunset. Working on the police department renovation, making very good progress. They hung the Christmas lights, which they did a very good job. Fixed the sidewalk curb ballots at the Light, Main, and Sunset. Talked to State Highway about a new signage to go there. We've already got some signage there, but additional signage has been requested. For the town of Goldsboro, there was 1 call out in Goldsboro for a pump alarm. Resulted in a retrofit. Pit was full of grease and a rag burnt up in the pump, and we also billed them for that as well. Daily pump station reading and maintenance. There were 30 code enforcements that went out. For the wastewater treatment plant, they cleaned out the post-EQ tank, cascade tanks, and the UV tanks, and replaced the UV bulbs. Ongoing projects, the Choptank River Park boat ramp contractor is still working on the pavers. If you've not had a chance, go down. Those pavers look awesome. And got communication letter for the lights at the Choptank River Park contractor should have them done by the end of February. So we received an additional grant for 3 lights to go down to the park. The one part that's not in here is the Jesse Sutton Park. We are still working out how Public Works can do the work. We didn't know this in the beginning, but the first $50,000 of that grant, which is site work, was put on the Public Works. We didn't know that until I actually got all of the application documents. So we're still trying to work out a plan on how we can make that work.
Can we add that to one of our workshops?
Yes.
You can just kind of go over with us and the public, at least an outline of what the plan is for that work?
Okay. My report. The Marion Bright event was to us a huge success. I thank Chelsea Powell for the photos, Santa for coming in, Pastor Dave, Public Works for all of their hard work of the decorations, the staff for their input. I will say that we let staff, we had a training session that day, so they were able to leave a little bit early to go home, so we didn't have to pay them overtime to come back and work that event. Mayor and council for all showing up, which was awesome. The Greensboro Volunteer Fire Department for bringing Santa on their fire truck. The Ladies Auxiliary for baking those delicious cookies and handing them out. And the Greensboro Elementary School PTO for helping us out with that event as well. I had the coat drive, so I wanted to take a minute to say thank you for that. You and Cindy did an awesome job. The training that we had back last week was for the improvement for the work order system that we have. This is going to keep our Public Works out in the field and not have to keep coming back here and doing paper work orders. This is all done by their cell phones that they can pull it up. Once they've done the work, it'll check it off that it's done. It comes into here that we can automatically bill. We know the work's been done. Let's see. We've requested some bids to go out for legal services. We've also requested for janitorial services and also for the wastewater treatment plant operator. So we are looking to maybe see what we can do in that area for 2026. The utility system review, we've got USG, which is the current company that we've got a contract with. That contract was for 15 years. We're in year 10. We are having some difficulty with them coming. They only want to come 4 times a year, so we've got some issues with them replacing meters, MTUs, programming the new meters that we set, or even replacing the meters that are bad. We have reached out to Neptune to get a price from them. We're going to have to sit down and see if we can come up with a plan on whether or not that price is going to work for us over the next 10 years. Budget preparations. I've been in contact with the accountant every day. I meet with him on every Thursday. It looks like by the time we are ready to start with the budget, it's going to be in February. So we may have to start in February and then have weekly workshops to be able to get through the budget. The payment plans, I just wanted to remind everybody we're no longer accepting payment plans. However, residents can volunteer to make a monthly payment on that to help them out. And if anybody has any questions, they can contact the office. Goldsboro sewer main, that main break that we had, it's finally been settled. We received a check for over $461,000 and been able to pay all of our vendors that were associated with that break. I will say that I submitted time in for Brandon to the insurance company because Brandon did not get paid for those 9 days that he worked day and night. And so we offered him a $1,500 bonus to work those 9 days. And that did go through payroll, by the way. Goldsboro sewer billing, that is going to be ending on December the 31st. We have reached out to the town of Goldsboro to hopefully have a smooth transition. So I think that the mayor and I are going to try to reach out and have a conversation with the mayor just to make sure that there's no issues. Hometown hero flags, I need 6 applications with payments in order to place that first order. We've only got 3.
I'm just trying to find my father-in-law's DD-214. I gotta find a copy of it.
Yeah.
You don't have to have the DD2 set on the paper.
No, there's a new updated one that was sent out.
Okay, because I thought it was.
So the application that they did, they moved on to somebody else's, and they didn't realize that we didn't require that. So if anybody's waiting for that, you don't need it. There was a new application that was sent out and posted on our Facebook page. So as soon as we get 6, we can get them ordered and at least get them up so everybody can take a look, and hopefully that'll encourage everybody else to pitch in and do that. Audit update. I know this has been a 6-month project for me. I talked with the accountant yesterday. We are still waiting. Everything is still with the auditors. They are finalizing our statement. It's just not done yet. So I don't know what else to say other than it's still with them, and hopefully the fiscal year 20. The Weaver Building update. So with the Weaver Building update, we had a drawing that was done by Lennox. We took that drawing and was able to start with a little bit of framing up and drywall, which we've done so far. We spent about $4,800. Do I need to turn that off?
I'm not, stuff like that.
We have to turn it off, because nobody can hear what they're going on. Just have them talk loud. The meeting still be recorded without that on?
Yes.
Get your beard.
Unplug it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll just talk louder. So the town manager has the right to spend up to $5,000, and I'm about at my max. So moving forward, I think we're probably going to need up to $10,000 to complete this. I need mayor and council to approve the additional funds so that we can get the police department in there, hopefully in the next 2 weeks. With that being said, we are able to use the speed camera funds that we have. We still are going to be applying for that LBI grant that will help maybe renovate it more specifically to what the chief is looking for. But this is just to get them down there and get them operational. So,
So you need an additional 10, or you need, you're going to spend a total of 10?
I think we're going to be a total of 10, if I'm not
So
mistaken.
you've already
because-
spent $4,800, so all you're
Correct.
asking for is $5,200.
Correct. So I would need an approval from you all if we're able to move forward with the additional.
Yeah, so the council had approved the plans that you have presented, and we gave you authority to go ahead and use the funds from the speed camera and then put a limit on it. So now you're up to your 5,000 or close to it, and you'd like an additional allowance up to 10,000.
Correct.
From the council. Okay. Is anybody willing to make that motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
And the motion is to give the town manager authority to spend up to $10,000 out of the speed camera fund for the renovation of the Weaver building for the police department. Correct?
Correct.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you. And if anybody would like a tour down there, just give us a call. I think you would be impressed with the amount of work that Public Works has been in there doing. I think Lennox would even agree that they've really done a very nice job down there. So very nice. Let's see, bank accounts. So when I started working with the accountant that we have, which is a very good accountant, we started going through some of the accounts. We actually had 4 different accounts, bank accounts. I'm not sure why, but were all separated out by town hall, public works, police department, and then the operation funds. We don't need those individual accounts. So what we did was went in and closed out the 3 accounts that has had no activity in the past 5 years other than earning a little bit of interest. So we closed out those 3 accounts and merged everything into our operational account. That'll also help us balance that checkbook and be able to make it a little bit easier for our auditors. I also reached out to Shore United. Currently we're only making about 0.5, it's like a 0.5% interest on what we've got in our account. I reached out to them asking them if they had anything additional that we could utilize to make some additional interest on the money that we've got in there. We can sign up for what's called a sweep account. That would earn us 3.49% interest on what we have in there. We have to have a minimum balance of 250,000 though.
Not a money market essential.
It is, but it's not. It's just that you have to have that flat rate in there of 250, and then we start earning that interest. But it does give us a 3%
You get
interest.
penalized for any, if you go under the 250.
You would get penalized, but that's where we would just have to watch
But
that.
you don't want over that either because the bank's only FDIC insured up to
Correct.
250,000.
Yeah, and she has guaranteed the amount through being insured. So it's up to you all if you want to go that way. I just thought I would present it, and it was offered. And the accountant also recommended it, so that's why I looked into it.
I mean, it's a little bit more money.
Correct.
It's actually a lot more.
Are you looking for an answer? to
Yes.
I'll
that? Is
make
there
a
any
motion.
discussion on it? You gonna make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I've got a motion to allow you to go ahead and make that transfer. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Starting Monday, we will no longer be using MCSJ for our financial program. MCSJ will strictly be for our utility billing only. We will pick up on Monday using QuickBooks 100%. I did speak with the accountant. The accountant decided that my request to go back to fiscal year 25 and put all of that information into QuickBooks, he came back and said he agreed with that. So starting on Monday, we've got a project set up where everybody in the office, the girls in the office, is all going to take a piece of that to make sure that it's in the system, it's coded properly. We've got the checking account in there already. We've got the payroll coming in. We've got the credit cards coming in. So we'll have all that access to be able to code it, but it's just a matter of us coding it in QuickBooks. It's going to take some time and effort.
When do you think that'll be done?
Probably not till
Well,
February.
You're talking 2 years worth of work.
I know that, but I'm just trying to figure out, because with QuickBooks, you can print that off, the line items are there, and it helps us with the budget process.
Well, it is. That's exactly right. What is a plus for us is we can go into MCSJ and get the information that they've already put in with those codes, but then they've just got to go in, find the transaction in the bank statement or the credit card statement, and put the drop-down codes in there. The accountant has already done the codes for us, so it's pretty easy for them to go in there then and just take it and mimic. If they have any questions about the changing coding, then that's something that Todd and I will address, but it should be
60
fairly
to 90 days.
correct. I'm saying February when we'll be able to do the budget, because it's a lot of detailed work.
I understand that, I just, but 60, but
Yes.
realistically, we're looking at about 60 to 90 days.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct, just so you know that. And the accountant is also assisting us. He's involved in this every day. Every day, we're having conversations back and forth, there's emails back and forth. He's checking on everything that we're inputting and looking. He's got the accountant access into QuickBooks for us, so he could get a viewpoint of what's going on and what's needed. Subscriptions. I did cancel the newspaper subscription. I really didn't feel like the town needed the newspaper subscription. That was like $435 a year, so I canceled that. Copier lease. We're coming up with the copier lease for the town hall that ends in May of 2026. I reviewed that contract. Not sure why we did this, but we signed a 5-year contract for this copier. It's going to end up costing us $35,000, and we still don't own it in the end. We would have to pay market value. I looked it up. The same copier that we have, we could have purchased off of Amazon for $3,500, and then bought a service contract. So I won't be renewing that. I will be looking at purchasing a copier moving forward. The police department is in the same boat. Their copier is a little smaller. Their lease does not end until May of 27. By the end of that lease, we'll be paying $25,000 for their copier.
What happens if you break the lease? Is there a penalty?
There is a penalty.
Is it more cost effective to break the lease?
Yeah,
Buy the
I've got
copier,
a,
or is it more cost effective to ride the lease and then buy the copier?
well, for the town hall, it's more for just to leave it as it's running, and then,
So we're not close to the end.
yeah.
But
And
the police, we're looking at another year.
yes, that one I'll have to look into a little bit deeper. I happened to be looking at the one for the town because the lease was coming up, and they had already contacted us. So we won't be going down that road again, okay? I don't feel like we print that much. We probably print about 6,000 pages a month, but it's not enough to substantiate this. So just so you know. An E-code update. We are still working with E-code. We did have Jenny Schoonover come in. She's been coming in usually 2 days a week. She has been pulling boxes down from upstairs and scanning them in for us. I am still having trouble locating signed ordinances for E-code, because E-code needs anything from 2018 forward that is not in the town code. So we're having difficulty locating that. I can tell you she's probably done at least 20 boxes already. So she is making some headway on that. As soon as we get through all of those boxes and we see where we are, hopefully we can find everything. The ARPA funds, again, working with the accountant, we are locating and organizing the ARPA invoices. Right now, that's had to be put on pause, though, until we can get through this audit. But that is something that has to be done, and it's got to be reconciled. So as soon as we get to where I think we're good with the audit and getting the information in QuickBooks, then I'll get back into ARPA, but it will be something that has to be done. The GIS mapping.
I just wanted to make a suggestion, because I know a lot of print goes to our packets. This is a pretty thick packet. I was thinking earlier, it wouldn't be a bad idea to look into some tablets maybe for the council. They're pretty cheap. So we can, yeah.
I think there's some that do have.
They gave me a Google laptop when I found the council, but it never connected their system.
That's a good one. I have one as well, but it's not very accessible, so we can take a look at it.
It's not. I do think.
I think they're like $300 a piece.
Yeah, they're not bad.
Yeah.
Just so you know, I'm an Apple guy.
That would be nice.
Not a
But
problem.
we'll bring them all in and then take a look at it.
Those ones
If you
might
bring
not
them
be
in, then
$300.
we can take a look at that.
Okay. Yeah.
I will say that the GIS mapping for the lead line inventory has been completed. We finally got that from DBF, and Brandon and I have got a meeting set up at the beginning of the year to review that, figure out what our next step would be for that, and also to maybe look at some grants to help support that. I got a little bit of a surprise. We had Ed from Emergency Service come in and visit us several weeks ago. Had no idea that the cameras at the wastewater treatment plant and the cameras, and these are the security cameras at Public Works, one of the police department's vests, and 5 of the AEDs and the infrared system, correct, for the police department, are owned by Caroline County.
Oh, you mean Doug came? Yeah.
Doug,
Yeah, they're part of
Doug.
they're part of that grant.
They were. So, but we didn't know that
Billy
they
Biddle got it.
owned it. So what happened was, we had purchased it, but then they got the grant from FEMA. They came in and reimbursed us for all of that. I didn't realize that they still owned it.
Yeah. You're not the only municipality. It's all
So just wanted to make sure everybody was aware of that, that it's still owned.
Now, the advantage to that is when your AED starts acting stupid, you call them because it's theirs and they replace the batteries at their expense.
So, yeah,
Yeah, so I mean, that's the advantage to it, and that's expensive.
it is. It is. Oh, no, he's still here. Chuck. So we had a meeting, Dave and I, with the representatives from Congressman Andy Harris's office. We had the representative from the USDA, and we had the representatives from the Greensboro Volunteer Fire Department to look at getting some grant money to build a new firehouse. It's very promising. Andy Harris has committed to providing some federal funding for that. We have to start with the USDA first, though. I know the director really, really well. He's a good friend of mine, Paul Ellington. Paul reached out to me today. He's going to be sending me the application. I'm going to be working with USDA to write the grant, get all of the documentations, working with the Greensboro Volunteer Fire Department, and get that submitted for them. That's going to start the process. Once we get ourselves in there, and then when that federal grant opens up, we'll be prepared then to go in and get Andy Harris to to push that other second half of that grant through. So
One
I'll be
thing they
assisting.
said would be the 26, 27.
Correct. Correct.
Would have probably been a nice opportunity to combine the emergency services, wouldn't it, for the fire department and the police department? It would have been a nice joint effort to have a brand new
Well,
building through
it
grants.
will include
The difference is that they already have their diagrams and everything drawn and all their infrastructure put in, so they're ready to go. We
Yeah, nothing
would
else
have
needs-
to, we would be holding up their project, and we don't wanna do that. They've been working on it a long time.
we have.
So, we can come in with our, which would be a lot smaller, it'd be a lot easier to get through. Theirs is gonna be a significant amount of money, so we didn't want to put it there.
I think it was 4.8.
Is that 5 million?
About between 4.5 and 5.
Yeah.
Now
So-
the, I don't mean to interrupt, but DES, as in like EMS services, will be coming out there with the city.
Correct. Yeah.
So it's not, we're not just having it alone.
So that's going to be a big plus, and I look forward to helping them get that application done and working with them to get the grant written. I've also, they're going to assign me somebody from the USDA that's going to assist us to make sure that my grant writing skills are on top of things. So, bridge light update. I do want to update you on the bridge lights. We have been reaching out to the state of Maryland because that's their bridge, that's their road, for over 10 months now. I'm literally reaching out to them every month. I finally tagged our Senator Steve Hershey in the last email that I sent last week, stating that it is a safety concern for people that are walking on that bridge, especially at night. I've not heard anything back from anyone, but I'm just real concerned that this has not been done. They told us it was a holdup. They're waiting on a contract to be issued for those people that replaced the bulbs. So
I wonder if we could get a meeting with somebody higher up in the food chain from State Highway to talk about the bridge lights, the mold that is growing on the bridge, the intersection that we have out here that's problematic with all the tractor trailers making illegal turn, and the traffic light at Sunset and 313, which is certainly a priority. So those four concerns ought to be enough maybe to get them in here to at least to have a conversation. And, we may have to start with the local office, but maybe we can get somebody.
well, my contact is directly through the state legislative services.
Where we need to get in here, we need to get them on our radar, or them on our radar.
Didn't they tell us they were gonna repair that traffic light after they did the oil signal?
No, what they said was let me try to get my story straight. So I met with the guy at the convention 2 years ago. That was the big wig at State Highway. And he was the one that originally designed the intersection and the traffic light, and he told them then that it wasn't going to work, but they went ahead with it. He had it approved so that they were going to, if you were going from Denton to Goldsboro, the light would stop, and then one way would be able to turn left. Right, just keep going straight. Then it would switch. Them coming from Goldsboro, going to Denton, you could turn left and go straight, and then the cross traffic. When they got ready to do it, they're all ready to do it, and then they got a new boss in who said, no, that doesn't meet the federal standards. We're going to follow the federal standards, which would require them to put in a third traffic signal off to the side. In the event there was a power failure, and these two went out, there would be another signal that would work, and that was going to be cost prohibitive. Didn't have the money set aside.
Well, right now, that's how they do River Road.
I know, but they
They don't have an extra traffic light.
I was just telling you what he said.
Okay. I just,
Didn't make sense to me, but that's what he said. So,
Moving forward, the Axon contract, I'm sorry, that was last minute. I give that to you tonight. I know it was a lot of detailed documents. I did not have time to go through it and compare.
If I could maybe make a motion that once you send the agenda out, nothing is added to it. Because there's too many times we come up here and we have extra papers laying on our desk. Once the agenda is sent to the commissioners, nothing else can be added to the agenda.
Just so you know, the agenda policy says that I have to have that out to you within 5 days.
Correct.
So if it's within that 5 days, if something comes in, it's just going to have to be posted, unless it's a dire emergency.
To the next meeting.
Okay. Well, you're going to make that motion.
well, we already have that.
All right.
we already have the existing policy.
Right, we
Right,
do.
we just have to follow it.
Right. came up.
Well, I
and-
think what happened in this, situation was, the police department was offered a quote in an effort to try to save us money for the tasers, am I correct, is that correct, the tasers?
Correct.
And that, they needed an answer before the beginning of January in order to get this money. Otherwise, when we go to budget cycle time, that offer might not be there. And according to the chief, it was a significant savings, so we thought maybe we could save the money, we could get it through. But up to you guys, whatever.
I don't know if the chief looked at his budget. I've not had a chance to look to see if it's in his budget.
Department heads, let me ask you a question. Do you know how much you spent so far this year in your budget? No, have you asked the town manager for that?
Yes.
Make sure they get it, please.
It's a little difficult because some of the stuff is still not in. You got the bank recs that haven't been done since July of 23. We've been uploading them. We've got credit cards that haven't been put in. We've got payroll that's not been put in since September of 20.
All right.
It's all being worked on, but it's a day-to-day
They
process.
can't request stuff if they don't know how much is in there.
No, I agree, 100%. 100%.
That's why I can't wait to see budget versus actual reports.
Yep, exactly,
All right.
exactly. All I can tell you is that I'm pushing as hard as I can to get this stuff in.
I understand.
The more I dig, the more I
I
find.
understand. The more you dig, the more I get aggravated because what has not been done.
So I don't know what you want to do with this.
I'm going to table it until next meeting. I mean, that's how I feel. I mean, you all can decide what you want to do.
I agree.
I haven't read it.
Right, we just got it, I can't make a decision on something that I haven't read.
I'm getting ready to bring that up.
Okay.
I don't want to pass something if he doesn't have the money in his budget to support it. He's currently under contract, the contract's not expired.
When does it expire?
August.
Oh,
So it's next budget year, so.
But this pricing was supposed to be good until 12/31.
Everybody has a sales pitch at the end.
Of course, absolutely. Yes.
Save $5, buy it today.
Okay, that's what
We're
the
gonna
council
table
wants to do.
Table, okay.
Yep.
I haven't read it.
Right. The Greensboro Volunteer Fire Department's annual donation, I think it's usually done towards the end of the year. I just wanted to bring that to your attention.
We usually give it to them at their annual banquet.
What's that, February?
It's usually a Christmas party. We kind of swap the banquet for the Christmas party, which is Saturday, Sunday.
Well, then, we will try to get that to them.
Well, I mean, it's, you do,
All right?
yeah.
I mean, it's in the budget, right?
It is in the
All you need
budget.
to do is cut the check.
Yeah,
so-
yeah, I just, okay, want to make
Why
sure.
don't we, if they're in no hurry to get it, you can come to the next meeting, we'll give it to you then, at a workshop or something, we'll still give you a check. That work?
Yeah.
That work?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm sorry for that.
I like to give it to you where, you know, the public
yeah.
can see.
Okay, finally, sorry. It's been a long one. Workshop for January, the first is on Thursday, that's our workshop, that's for New Year's Day. So because that's on a holiday, I am asking that we do a workshop on January the 8th, which is a Thursday.
I have no problem with that.
Just remind us.
Yeah, because I've got several things that we need to take a look at. Last but not least, we are having the Town of Greensboro's Christmas decorating contest. Public Works will be riding around taking pictures, and anybody that's got the best decorated house will get a $50 gift card. Flyers are up here, they've been posted at the banks, it's posted out front, we put it on our Facebook page, and it's on our website as well.
Don't they have to ride around at nighttime to see it?
No,
The overtime?
no, he's showers.
All right, good luck.
It's dark at 5.
Oh. It is dark at 5.
And that's it for me.
All right, thank you very much. Does anybody have any questions or anything for the town manager?
It's on the,
Okay.
it's on the agenda.
Old business, we don't have any old business? Skip the town, she's on here. Do you have anything for us, town attorney?
I don't have anything for you.
She's under the department report, so
Yep.
My bad. New business, request to change the holiday schedule. Town manager.
Okay, so in looking at the holiday schedule, we are off Thursday, Christmas Eve, and, Wednesday, Christmas Eve, and Thursday, Christmas Day, coming back in on Friday. My thought was, there was quite a few employees that requested off Friday, which put us down to just a skeleton crew, which is fine, but I thought I would ask that they work a half a day on Wednesday, Christmas Eve, the other half take it off in PTO, and then have off Thursday and Friday.
Is that going to apply to New Year's also?
No,
Okay.
no, just Christmas.
My thought is, there's already 13 paid holidays. And since Christmas Eve and Christmas Day are already included in the holiday schedule, take Friday off with PTO, with a full day of leave.
And that's not a problem either, it's just that I thought it was best if we were open at least a partial day somewhere in there instead of having 3 days off. So that was mine.
Is there anywhere in the staff policy that only so many people can take off the same day? Because we probably should consider that.
No. We really, we've been down to 1 person. I've been in here by myself this
You
year.
have to have minimum operating schedule.
Yeah.
We have tried to stay no less than 2.
Yeah.
Unless there were 2 people and somebody called in sick and behind. So we can look at that, but what she's asking for is to have the office open a little bit more on that Wednesday for the holiday following up. They're still only going to get 2 holidays, we're just shifting Wednesday to Friday.
Right.
Which she's
Right.
asking.
And they're using half
They're
a
not
day.
getting an additional day.
No.
They are just switching the days. And I have been at other workplaces where they have done that. We didn't catch that last year.
Yeah.
When we set the schedule, nobody looked ahead to see what day it was going to fall on, so.
Totally up to council.
It's not like we're going to be shut down for 3 full days either. So,
They'll be open for half a day on Wednesday. They'll be closed Thursday and Friday. I don't have a problem with
I don't
it,
either.
but it's up to you guys.
I don't have a problem.
Okay.
Pete?
I don't know why we have to have the 24th and the 25th. Everybody else works the 24th, they may go home early, but they all work the 24th, but.
I'm not sure, there's a lot of places that have it.
Not many places have 13 paid holidays, though.
Some have 14.
Most state,
Well, this year, this year, next year, they did.
most municipalities, state, and federal do them.
We got 11. When I worked for the county, we had 11. 11 paid holidays, 88 hours a year.
Well, we're getting off
No, I'm just,
topic. So the question is, do you want to honor her request or leave it as is? I'll look for somebody to make a motion one way or the other.
I make a motion to leave it like it is and let them use PTO for Friday.
Is there a second?
I don't have a problem, I can second that, I'm just trying to figure out, with no minimum staffing requirements, if they all request leave, it's unpaid. If you don't have any minimum staffing requirements, if everybody requests leave and it's approved, they all stay home. So it's kind of like a damn if you do and damn if you don't, with no rules that say we have to have minimum staff. So we're biting off our nose to spite our face.
So are you seconding the motion?
Sure, yeah, I'll second it.
All right, so we have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
So now, when are they working?
Wednesday,
confused
we're
already.
off Wednesday and Thursday and work Friday.
Gotcha.
So do we need to amend the employee handbook if we want minimum staffing?
You can look at it, I mean, each department head should have the authority to approve paid time off and deny it if there isn't, right.
But I mean like minimum coverage. I mean like,
You could add something,
if we had a 24-hour police department, there would be minimum operational coverage.
Right.
Where we would be denied if.
I think that that's a general practice where if you're using paid time off, the department head should look at it and make sure that there's coverage before approving it. And then if the individual ends up calling out and they have sick leave, it happens.
I was always told you have to work the day after and the day before.
To get the
For that holiday.
Right.
Well, you have to
That's
understand
how
that
I was always brought up.
there's been multiple
supervisors here
Well,
that have
that's-
approved
Well,
over the last
I think
year.
once we change it, that's what we're gonna
So-
say. You're either gonna work the day before and the day after. If you miss those days, call out sick, and you don't get paid for the holidays.
In addition to,
Unless you schedule the time off ahead of time.
And it's approved.
Right,
Right.
it has to be approved.
and a
Correct.
policy for approving PTO.
Correct.
Right.
So essentially, it just needs to be.
We haven't made that decision tonight, we're just talking.
Yes, I've got,
That's
no,
why you're giving me a raise.
no, I'm just writing it down for
All right,
my sense.
preparing yourself for it.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, so the request to approve the comprehensive plan proposal. You want to talk about that just a little bit?
I can talk about it just a little bit. So there was a meeting last night with the planning commission. The planning commission made a recommendation to move forward with the bid that we had from Mr. Johnson, and that was a bid, I think it was $34,500. We've gotten bids in the past. I think it was a year ago, we got a bid for over $50,000 for the same thing. We're almost 5 years behind on getting the comp plan done. It's a 10-year plan. The last one was done in 2010, so we're already 5 years behind the time. The gentleman that we've got knows our town. He helped with the Kinnaman Meadows estate. I think there's a concern that if we put this off, it would cost more money, and we probably would not be able to get this gentleman again.
Question for the town attorney. I know this was due in 2020. Was there discussion about this in 2020 or since then about pricing with any prior employees, and if so, what was the cost then?
Yeah, I can't recall if it was 2020 or 2022, but we did receive a proposal from Peter Johnston with the planning commission. I believe it was when Cheryl Jones was president, and the cost was about $17,000 for an update at that time. And again, I think that was either 2020 or 2022.
So waiting these extra 3 to 5 years has doubled the price
Yeah.
since the initial discussion.
So I just want to make this clear. I've been on the council for 2 years, and this is the first time I heard about it.
Yeah, so Peter Johnston came on board with the planning commission probably in early 2020s related to design guidelines for Kinnaman Meadows, and it was brought up at that time with the planning commission, and they had a proposal. I'm not sure whatever happened with it.
So now even though we're not at 50 to 100, we're still double what it was.
Yeah, and I can say, because I go into the meetings, they sort of kick the can down the road a little bit because it got pushed. It's not, but it's something that has to be done. So
And if you wait any longer, it's just.
it could be
gonna go up.
$50,000 or
There was-
$100,000.
Yeah, I found an email from the previous town manager reaching out to the county and to the state, seeing if there was any grant money that could help, because the fee that the price that she had was about $50,000, and that was last year. And they, at that point, said no, that there was no grants available.
We don't have
at that time.
We didn't budget for this?
I just feel it was a little misrepresented on last night's meeting.
I didn't know that. What happened last year?
What was this?
It wasn't,
But if
it
it's a
was only
recurring
discussed
thing.
that there was that a past cost was gonna be 50 to 100,000, but nothing was mentioned about it being inquired about before for half of what it's gonna end up costing now.
Yeah, well, I didn't have that data.
Right.
I only had what I had in that email.
No, I'm just saying
from
what
last
that,
year.
that commission, or committee represented wasn't quite.
No, and there, it's not the same people in there, other than, I think you've sat on it before, the chair was Cheryl Jones.
Right, but we can't do anything, we're just as a liaison, we only
Right.
push them, and they're the ones like that made the decision last night for the council to be brought to the council. It's all a discussion amongst themselves, and until they actually pass something, pass along to us, we can't make any decisions for them.
And I can tell you, it was not put in this budget, I did look. The only thing we can hope for is that, by the time we get started, it's broken down into different sections of how he's going to be doing this for us and showing us what to do, that hopefully it won't be a lot into this budget, the majority of it will be in the next budget that we can at least
Yeah, because I think he
budget
broke it down, he's only gonna bill us so much per things, so
section.
it's not we're paying the $34,000 right up front.
Correct.
It's broke down into sections.
Yeah, I mean, and we can create or add revisions to the contract such that on an every 30-day basis, the town manager would have to approve any work ahead of time so that you can try to cap it. Another way to cap it is to have your planning commission as involved as they can be, so that they are doing kind of the lion's share of the work, and he's just giving ideas or elements of the plan that have to be included, but they are doing a bulk of the work to save that hourly rate. There can be public engagement sessions that the planning commission has that don't necessarily need to include this consulting. But that's where kind of your staff is going to have to manage the planning commission and making sure they're doing their part of the effort to keep that cost down.
Well, I think that if the council decides to move forward with this, which I think you should, but I think that he would be willing to work with us to push most of the costs into the upcoming budget cycle when we have time to prepare for it and put it in there.
Right.
And then find money, hopefully we'll be able to find enough money in this current budget cycle to pay to get him where we are.
Yeah, and it is a cost estimate, so I think we can include language in there that any work to be completed needs to be reviewed and approved via a service agreement or something ahead of time prior to on a 30 or 45-day basis, so that it's not free reign.
A change order.
Yeah.
So, when this project is completed, after we funded this and completed it, does that start our next 10 years, or are we
Yes.
on
Yes.
5 years in arrears?
No,
No, it starts 10 from adoption of a new plan. And, unfortunately, a lot of jurisdictions are behind the 10-year time frame just because of the expense and effort of amending a comprehensive plan. One of the concerns with not having an amended comprehensive plan is you cannot legally rezone property while your comprehensive plan is out of date. It also allows projects to come in that might not be in alignment with your current goals, but because they're consistent with the comprehensive plan, because it hasn't been updated in so long, they get through.
So did this come to the forefront because of the whole Halo situation then?
I'm not sure why it came back around. I don't know if it was a
No, I
planning
think
commission
the
discussion.
new committee finally got on it and said that we had to do this, and they pushed for this.
I don't want to keep looking back why we are where we are. It's counterproductive. We are where we are. We need to move forward. This is something we need to have done. In the last 2 days, I have reread the comprehensive plan, and it is sorely outdated. And we need to move forward with it so that we have that format to follow. It talks about a development on towards Ridley that we did annex the property. That development is not coming. McKinley Meadows is coming in. But he talks a lot about the water, the sewer, and the zoning law.
Infrastructure.
It talks about your population and all of that stuff. So we got to stop kicking the can down the road. And I hope that you as a council will approve us to allow us to move forward. We will work as best we can with Mr. Johnson to push most of the cost into next budget cycle. But again, it's your.
Well, I am going to disagree with you that we have to just focus on the future and not talk about the past, because it's important for us to know how we get to where we're at and what's been done so that it's not repeated and a mistake in the future.
Well, if I can say, the one nice thing about this is that Mr. Johnson is going to be working with the committee to enlighten them and educate them that moving forward, we know how to do this. I think in the past, when this was done back in 2010, it was just done. I don't think that there was any insight from the planning commission that had any kind of involvement in it, but now we're pushing for them to have an involvement in it to assist in getting this done, so it educates them moving forward, that we've got something we can work off of, that 10 years later we know what to
They
do.
can pretty much do it themselves.
Correct.
By following the guidelines.
Right, and then have somebody review it.
Correct.
Yes.
It'll
and
be a
that's
lot
what I
cheaper
want.
at that point, but at this point, we're sort of stuck with it.
So,
Even though it was brought up last year, it still went to sleep, and it wasn't until I dug through those emails and found it and started
Well,
digging through and finding
The
it
whole
wasn't done.
the whole thing, planning commission changed.
Yes.
The only one that was on there was Donald Starkey. The rest of them are all new members, so nobody's had an opportunity to really go through this. So I think it's a good thing.
And they seem to be
They're very involved.
Yes, yeah, I agree.
And they bring on new members, it might even be better, so.
So I will look for somebody, if they would like to make a motion that we move forward and accept the bid from Mr. Johnson to move forward with the comprehensive plan.
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All right, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. All right, and then the next item is the revised agenda policy. I know if you haven't had the opportunity to take a look at that, we've had some requests from the public to revise it, so we have taken a look at it and have made a couple of changes. So, would you mind reading out loud the proposal for the public, please?
You gotta find it first.
I know.
Here you go.
It's all there.
I don't have it, but.
All right. Go ahead.
So this would be to change the order of the agenda. We would do the call of order, pledge of allegiance, the invocation, and then instead of approval of the agenda, it would be amendments to the agenda. Number 4 would be the approval of the minutes. Number 5 would be presentation / public hearing. Number 6 would be department reports. Number 7 would then be public comment. And then number 8 would move up to old business. Number 9 would be new business. And number 10 would be council remarks in that order. So it moves the public comments after the department reports, because that might help answer some questions.
And then that was a specific request made from the public that wanted to
Correct.
meeting.
Yes.
All right.
And then there was some,
I had some comments about the agenda policy. It's been requested by several residents to push the meeting time back from 6 to 7 because it's hard for people that work a 9 to 5 and also commute to get here by 6 o'clock to participate. And I'm not sure if this is something that we could possibly consider a temporary accommodation if we don't get more community involvement in the live meetings, to move it back to 6 p.m. and try it temporarily at 7 p.m. But at least gives those that have asked an opportunity to try to make it. Also in section 3, it refers to residents must provide their name and address for the record. In my opinion, stating their address when the meetings are recorded could be a public safety concern. I think writing it on the sign-in sheet is more than sufficient, and their residency can be verified before they're called to the podium to speak. And in sections 5 through 9, it references what public comment is utilized for. I feel like it should be an opportunity for the public to comment prior to the start of the meeting, as well as at the end. This gives residents an opportunity to comment on something they may want to have included in discussions on the agenda, as well as comment as to whether their inquiries have been adequately answered or require additional discussion, which could be added to the next agenda or followed up via email. I also feel if a question is posed and an answer is readily available, it should be offered.
Well, that's a lot of changes to digest. I guess perhaps we should take them one at a time. Does anybody else have any comments or suggestions or changes that they want to make to the proposed agenda?
Yeah.
All right, so correct me if I'm wrong, Kim, but first you want to change the meeting time from 6 to 7, is that correct?
Yes.
Is there anybody willing to make a motion to do that?
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second?
I'm still thinking, I'm looking at Cindy being here all day and having to stay till later, but, and I get it to the public, but
How does that affect you? Lindsay?
I think you're putting your legal services out to bid, so
Well, that's all contract services.
Yeah. yeah, so you'll see how it affects
But
anyone.
if we started at 1,900 instead of 1,800, how would that affect you? Is that better for you or worse?
It doesn't change.
Okay.
What are other towns?
6.
6?
I mean, that I represent, but there might be others that are at 7, I'm not sure.
Or could we make a compromise and do 6:30?
So we have a motion out there for 6 o'clock. I haven't heard the second, so I'm assuming that motion is going to die. So now you're suggesting 6:30. So is there anybody in favor of that?
I'll make a motion for 6:30.
Is there anybody in favor of that?
I can second that. I mean, I'm not opposed to that. I mean, I don't get home till late anyhow. I know Joe does too, so I don't know if it behooves us to do it that way, but I don't know how many more people are actually gonna show up. I mean, seems like it's always the same old group of people that show up all the time anyhow, so, I mean.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome, thank you.
So we have a motion for 6 and 6:30. And a motion and a second. So
6 is when we currently start. The
Right,
motion was for 7 or
6:30.
6:30 is what I said. didn't
No,
I?
you said 6 or 6:30. We said 6:30.
6:30, 6 one went away, 6:30. So we have a motion for 6, start the meeting at 6:30 and a second for that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 6:30 it is.
Okay, then the next section was the public needing to state their name and address for the record when they come to the podium, when they have to write their address on the paper. I feel like it's a public safety concern for them to have to state their physical address on recording. Or to the public here, I mean, kind of an.
Is it something we have to do? No, so, I mean, I don't have a problem with them just stating it. It's already listed on the.
People were doing it.
I think the idea was that we were limiting public comment to residents.
That's what it's for.
Right.
That's what the
They
signage
start
is.
So if you don't have
Street,
if you don't have the residents, you don't know if they're.
You have to sign it.
But they sign a sheet.
It would require it needing to be looked at before you call for them to come.
Do you want to use the street address? Okay, I'm good with that.
I mean, we all know the streets, I mean, we live here, so we'll know who is in town. If we're not, then somebody will tell us.
It's the same old people here.
Right.
The same old people.
All right, so
To provide their name for the record.
provide their name for the record on the sheet. Anybody opposed to that?
No.
All right. What else, Jim? I forgot what you said now.
The public comment, I just was thinking that before the reports are being presented, that people are given an opportunity to make a comment, just in case there's something already in there that can be touched on, that they have a question about.
That's where it is now. In the current agenda, public comment is before the public report.
Correct, and there was a lot of concern for that, so that's why we moved it after
Right,
the
I don't want to
reports.
move it, keep it the same. I mean, it's up to you guys.
Well, then I was proposing a second, is what I was, at the end of it, so that, to make sure that their questions are adequately answered, or if it stirred up additional comment after hearing the reports.
I think we just need to leave it where our new agenda puts it at the bottom. After,
Yeah, I mean, the public's entitled to a comment. It's their 3 minutes to talk and tell us whatever they want to tell us.
So am I hearing the majority you saying you want to put it at the bottom where it's
Well, let's
listed?
put it where we just amended the new agenda.
Correct.
I don't want to change the new agenda we just passed. You guys already moved it in the amended agenda, and we passed that. But I don't want 2 of them. We don't
Are you
need 2 of
talking
them.
about the,
You haven't passed this one
We
yet.
have
I was saying we have passed it.
Well, in your
You'll,
proposal-
you'll pass it at the end, right?
But in your proposal, you'd already moved it.
Correct.
But I don't see the need for 2 public comments. And it's a comment, it's not question and answers, because they become debates, and that becomes an issue as well. I mean, I think,
it's the comments so that we can give them feedback at another meeting.
or in our chance to speak.
Or
And we have an opportunity to do council reports.
Correct.
So, I will say that in some of the public comments, people have said something or asked a very simplistic question that we readily have the answer to. And I have to tell you, I feel stupid just sitting there looking at the person and don't say nothing,
I agree.
quite honestly.
Whoa.
Now, the problem with that is, if I answer you, but I don't answer you, then I get called out because I didn't treat you all fairly. So that puts me in a bind as well. So,
Just simply say I'm willing to answer the questions I have answers for. The rest I'll have to get back to you on.
Every meeting I've ever been to that involves government, when they have public comment, that's exactly what it is. It's a comment. It's their opportunity to speak. They don't do a question and answer session. They just speak, whether it be on the topics that are on the agenda, if they want to bitch about their neighbor's dog, whatever it is, they have their 3 minutes to speak. And that's what it's for. You go to a commissioner's meeting in Caroline County, they have a comment session. They don't have a question and answer session.
so what I'm hearing you say then is that you just want to leave it as public comment. It's not a question and answer period.
Well, I think this is
And that-
best
and
practice
it's-
in most municipalities.
I know, but let me finish, Pete. That if it's a really simple answer and I give it to them, nobody's going to be opposed to that.
Do it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I'm glad you said that.
I mean, we gotta,
To answer your question, I would not be opposed to you giving a simple answer to a simple question.
Yeah, I mean, you do it anyway, so that's fine. I'm okay with that. I
We'll
think
just leave it as comment only. It's not a question and answer.
There you go.
We'll leave the lake.
Wait.
That's good.
I
All right.
don't know.
So
Everything is so
the
hard.
amendments that we're making to this is, we're changing the meetings from 6 to 6:30. We are removing the request to have them give their address when they come to the podium.
You have to list it on here, as long as
Correct.
it's listed on here.
Correct. So that's the only two
That's
changes.
the only two.
Okay.
Correct?
Correct.
All
We'll
right,
do
now you-
that.
now you gotta,
And by all, and
we gotta make a vote.
wait, vote. All in favor of
Wait,
that?
wait,
I just wanna make sure you didn't go over the,
the
new
back
number
part.
4.
Yeah, the back part of it.
I just wanna make sure everyone's aware that that's also an amendment to this.
Yeah.
Request for presentations.
There was nothing in this about presentations for anybody to make. We added that.
Oh, you mean like when they come up for things?
Well, just like the volunteer fire department came in to make a statement. We've had other organizations come in. It was emailed to you. The new one was emailed to you.
Oh, but it's, okay.
We have it.
Oh, it's right here.
Oh, okay. So we wanted to put something in there, because I don't want them to just last minute say they want to come in.
Correct.
I want it to give some,
They have to give us notice, just like
Correct.
anything.
Correct.
See,
And we had nothing in here.
Yeah, I read all of this. The only thing that I have a question about is, can we put a time limit on that? Because we've had some come in here and just go on.
Yeah. Absolutely.
On.
Absolutely.
I don't know, what's a good time?
5 minutes?
Well, we have,
Yes.
what's the girl that comes in the month of, August, and you give her?
Endometriosis.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, that's like, 15 minutes is usually, I think that's a little long, because we've all, I mean, I support it, but just sit there and
10
listen.
minutes?
I say 10 minutes. 6.
Can we just put in there, we would request that they keep the presentation to 10 minutes or less?
Yeah.
That's a request. That way we allow them to continue and so be it. But at least they'll know we don't want you here talking for a half hour. But there might be something they really need to tell you.
Or a long presentation.
Okay.
I mean, unless it's really something that affects the town, you know what I'm saying? Like, if our senator comes in and talks.
That's what I'm saying.
Correct. Yeah.
All right, are we all done with this?
Now you have to vote on it.
Okay, we're all done with this, okay? So I'm looking for a motion to approve the revised policy for the mayor and council agenda policy as we just stated with the town manager and the town attorney.
I'll make a motion to approve the revised agenda policy.
And a second?
I'll second it.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
I'll revise that and get it out to you.
All right. Town council remarks.
Oh, Mayor, I think you jumped over C.
That's because it was withdrawn, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I knew that, but I didn't tell.
That's okay, just making sure that,
The historical society, they both were withdrawn at the same time.
okay. even though,
I'm sorry.
that's okay.
It wasn't withdrawn, the presentation was already just made earlier, just not here.
I said that, Mr. Bill, you might not be here at the beginning of the meeting, but the request for the donation was withdrawn. Okay, thank you. All right. So, town council remark. Kim?
Just wanted to thank everybody for coming out this evening. And I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, since we're not going to see everybody until after then. And I think that's it.
Thank you. Joe?
Same thing, just Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I'll see you all in January.
Bobby?
Same thing. Everybody have a Merry Christmas. Thanks for all your hard work too, town hall, everybody. Chief.
Pete?
Just want to thank Public Works and then put the Christmas lights and display up and looks good down there. There's a lot of work and then you have to get in there and maintain it on a regular basis, so thank you. And just wish everybody a safe and happy Christmas and a Merry New Year. And remember to make memories. Yeah, you need to take photos to make memories.
So I would just echo the same thing. Thank everybody. Merry Christmas. Christmas. It's good to see you made it back with your family for the holiday season. And then I will look for a motion to move into executive session to get advice from our town attorney reference for the town council.
Make a motion to adjourn and move into a closed executive session.
I will second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. 7:16.